The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own and in no way meant to offend or upset anyone. We ad lib, paraphrase, and imitate to convey reviewed content only. It's a bit of a laugh. Enjoy!
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to make.
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3, that's rang, series 3, episode 9. Haha! There you go, start as you mean to go on. That's my life right now. I'll start again. Hello everybody, my name's Craig. I'm going to hand you right over to Christopher.
So it's episode 9.
Aye, save me mate, save me.
Episode 9, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. But before we go anywhere, mate, how are you?
How am I? I'm delightedly smashing. Wee bit of backstory about the week. I should have known. It's all started with the Twitter. My Twitter get fucking banned. Somebody grassed me for putting up I put a video up about Superman's 85th birthday months ago. James Gunn even liked it. And it got over 250,000 views. But apparently that rubbed somebody up the wrong way. And they reported it to the Twitter police there. But rather than just tell me that was Ryan, get it done, they've went right through my account and every single wee video and thing I've made with a song attached to it, even though some of them came with the music, has been flagged for day one. That's Sony. Sony are a bastard. They're right in about it. I'm looking at some of the songs that I've used. I've never used that. What are you talking about? But I get no trial. I just get ejected, mate.
Aye. It's so good, man.
I'm laughing like it was you that grassed me.
Hey,
Hey, Mudley.
Aye.
But I'll have you know that James Gunn was fucking disgusted by it, and he's reached out, offered me a
Aye.
part in Superman Legacy. I says, nah, mate, I don't want to take the shine away for this boy wearing the cape. You know what I'm saying? Corn Sweat, he's a man. No time for me. I'll just take up the whole movie. But anyway, I'm not going to get into everything else that's happened to me this week. It's fucking life, mate. It's good to see you anyway.
Aye. It's been big breaks apart, hasn't it?
There's
These
been big breaks
summer
apart.
holidays.
This nighttime recording's just fried my brain. So let me ask you before we get any further. Right, so we're doing the Prince of Darkness. John Carpenter. Anybody that knows anybody that knows anything about horror knows John Carpenter is like tap of the tier, know what I mean? He's peaking his powers, he's a man. What the fuck made you pick this film, mate?
Because I like it a lot, mate. And what I'm actually going to say to you is I actually think it's my favourite John Carpenter film. It's just, obviously, again, this is a film I've seen when I shouldn't really have been watching it. But I just remember watching this and being terrified at 1 o'clock in the morning, sitting myself. Ooh! And especially when fucking she turns into a walking lasagna, I'm like that. Know what I mean?
Oh,
But
well, I can tell you that I was equally terrified watching this, because as it went on and on and on, I get more and more terrified about me and your relationship, about how you would make me watch this pish. But listen, I don't want to, before we get any further, I don't want to decry John Carpenter. I don't want to decry anybody that likes John Carpenter or the horror genre. And I can watch this and know exactly why people love it. I totally do. But we'll go over it anyway, mate, won't we? And we very quickly start at, well, we get a wee bass line there.
it's the same guy that played in Broken Arrow. Dong 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 dong.
There's an opening bass line that coincides with the credits in this film, right? And you think, well, these credits are going a bit long here because they still pop up now and again. And you're thinking, oh, once the bass line stops, that'll be the credits done. But the credits stop and the bass line doesn't. The bass line goes on for an hour and 42 minutes. It does escalate a wee bit as the film goes on towards the end and that, but I just thought it was fucking hilarious, man. I'm like, is this, has the movie started? Is this still getting to know you time here?
It's like I said to you last night. I obviously watched like the special features and all this, and they
John
started with that,
Carpenter had a cheese sandwich on the Tuesday.
and they started. They start. Well, that was obviously to set the tone and all that, a bit of atmosphere, and then obviously, like you say, as the film goes on, it builds up into a crescendo. But I can see how it's noticeable. But see, for me, see that, see that, let's that wee baseline all the way through it. I think it's in every John Carpenter film. See, when I
Right.
think about it, it's just that kind
Aye,
of
I know.
that wee
You're
tone.
right. You're right.
But,
I immediately think of They Live, and there is totally the same, except a wee bit more rocky in it, man. But getting right into it, mate, the opening scene, there's fleeting opening scenes, it's just getting a wee picture of where everybody's at. The first one we see is the Maester, I call him the Maester. Hello, Meister, dying on his deathbed with a wee silver box there. And we don't know it at the time, but he is the keeper of the secret of St. Goddard's, isn't he?
aye, he's part of them.
He's urban cookie collector, that boy.
Aye, he's guards this wee metal box, and it's got the key to this door, and he's. I mean, he's the last remaining member of the Brotherhood of Sleep, isn't he? But
Yes,
he's there to see the cardinal, I think it is. They say he's here to
yes.
see your eminence, but I'm not saying that. So
I know. I try to spell that. Even Google didn't help me with that,
he
man.
says,
That's
"I."
the way I've spelt it, man. Um, but so we've got that right. We've got the nun going to see him. We've got Brian and Frank on campus, which can only be described as pedo college. It's old people at university. Frank's got a moustache. There's grey coming through it. No, it's Brian in it.
That's
Frank's
Brian.
another guy. He's a bit older, and even the lassies, you're like, come on.
Aye.
Everybody's in their 30s. It's great.
See, I'm trying to think, see, because it's all that it's like physicists and all that stuff in it. So, but even still, mate, even when I seen this the first time round, I was like, what's that? What age do you need to go to school to? Know what I mean? In America, know what I mean? He's got a wife and three wains, that boy.
That's funny, man,
But
because obviously there was obviously no young people wanted to do this film for some bloody reason. But so the professor, he's a wee guy at a Big Trouble Little China with a lazy eye, isn't he?
aye,
And
Victor Wong, I think it is his name is.
that's him. Now, confused me all the way through this film because he's credited as being Professor Howard, but he's Professor Birack, isn't it?
Aye, aye, it's
Isn't
as what it is,
he?
mate.
Really weird. But he's he's arriving at uni. He notices the sun isn't he right. You know what I mean?
Aye,
To me, it looked as if there's going to be an eclipse here, and then you just see all the mad ants all going mental.
aye, things in the world are afoot, aren't they, mate?
Oh,
Because
they're
it's
afoot.
like a crescent, it's like a crescent moon that's coming down. It's above the sun, isn't
They're afoot,
it?
and they're a hoof. We'll see the hoof later. Big hoof mirror. So,
But aye, you go into Donald Pleasance in it, and he obviously finds this key that this guy's been guarding, and he reads this book, and he stumbles across that there's been like a secret society protecting this secret, isn't
aye,
it?
he goes to
But see
St
that again,
Goddard's, doesn't he?
aye, Donald Pleasance, man, he's just superb, mate. What a guy! He brings
Aye,
tension to everything.
aye, no, aye. That's what he does. Obviously, we know he's got a vast body of work in the horror genre. You know, he's tread the boards. He's done
Aye,
his time here. So when he's in one of these films, you're like, ah, off, old Donnie's back. But seeing this man, he started out talking like old Ben Kenobi, and then by the end, he go on his road out. But he does, he brings a gravitas to the screen.
Aye.
That's all I'll say about the man.
Aye. But what he says, he visits St. Goddard's church, isn't it? And discovering what this key's for. But again, we still all the while the bass line's still going dun dun dun. You know what I mean? And the credits are still popping up, you know what I mean? it wasn't until again until I got older when I kind of noticed like these credits going on for a long time, man. It's like, but
Aye. I like it for the build up to the film. I think it's great. Just doesn't stop. But he's just credited as the priest in this. He's no father or anything, so I'm just calling him Don because he's mad Don Pleasance, no. But he goes into St Goddard's and immediately, because of the state of the place on the outside and the area, which is run down, decrepit, it's full of tramps and bag ladies and all that. He walks into this church and there's a big outrageous metal door.
aye,
Should he be there?
aye. I could see apparently as well. See this church that they filmed in was actually abandoned, and the homeless had took it here. So, but because they had to wash it all down and disinfect and everything, you know what I mean? Or the
Aye, it's America's answer to the Great Eastern, Duke Street. But that leads us quite onto nicely onto quite a good segue, mate, about the whole budget scenario for this kind of spate of films that John Carpenter was commissioned today, wasn't it?
aye, because I think he'd obviously done like Escape from New York and all this stuff and had success with him and all this, and then he started getting on to work with big studios like Universal and all that. And I think he had 3 films in a row that bombed. I think it was The Thing, Starman, and Big Trouble Little China. But he just get fed up with the whole process of working with studios and that. You know what I mean? Get executives leaving wee notes here and there and all this, and he just wanted to go back to a low budget where he was in control of everything, sort of thing.
Aye, it's magic. I like that whole bit about it. So eventually came to an agreement with a set of studios that said, make a rake of films. Your budget's 3 million for every one of them. You can do what you want without any interference, and that's it. And every one of them was a financial success. It's known today's terms, obviously. I mean, but for 3 million for this one, it made 14.5 million back. You're like, ah, happy days. And he done that consecutively, didn't he?
No, that's what I mean. A lot of these films are considered like cult films, isn't they? But it's like there's directors I know that a lot of people seem to like, and I think the films are no shite, but they're no my cup of tea. Like the guy, what's his name now? Ari Aster, I think his name is. He made Midsummer and Hereditary, and Bo is I don't know, Terrified or something. And I'm like, these are no my films, man. But a lot of people seem to like them. So
I know what you mean, mate. There's a lot of, I think Tarantino lately has come out and had been dead vocal about the fact that he makes the films he wants to make. Nobody tells him anything different. And that's why he's shouting and bawling about all these other things. Do you know what I mean? Because you're right, it is. Films seem to be studio-made films now. You very rarely get a writer-director, like Tarantino. Like, James Gunn has been given the opportunity to do it now. How long that'll last, we'll see. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But, aye, the kind of... It's all about profit margin now, which is sad.
Aye, because it's like, see when John Carpenter was talking about when he was making this film as well, he liked films where it was like doom and gloom, and it was like the end of the world. But audiences always want hope at the end of a film. So he was like that. And this is what these studios wanted. Whereas this and like The Thing and stuff like that,
Mhm.
You don't know how it ends, sort of thing. Know what I mean?
Which, by the way, is quite ironic when you look at today's worldwide news. They want to report doom and gloom rather than report puff piece. They call happy news puff piece now. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're off in tangents. We'll
Aye,
get back to St Goddard's,
aye,
and
aye. Aye, he's away inspecting, isn't he? Just doing his homework and all that. But we're back to the college because we're flitting between these two things, aren't we? They all the students in college and all this. And this is where Tash, he's fallen for red, isn't he?
he's a stocky bastard.
Aye, but he, he sees red coming out of, it must be the library or something, with the mullet. And he slings away like a lion that's been battered in a fight. Like,
Aye, he looks across the grass at her and thinks, "There a woman that looks as if she's had three wains. I'll get my end away with that." Oh, I'd love to tickle her right in the stretch marks. But well, then we see that Professor Bisick has made well, Don the priest has made contact with Professor Bisick, wants to meet up. They want to tell him about something, don't they, mate?
Aye. Aye.
The
Talking
next,
about he practically asked for his help, didn't he? We need your science and all that to help us out with something here. Because it's we can't contain this stuff anymore. And it's still no let on what it is, know what I mean? You're like, oh, what is this? But
that's it. They look at the diary, and although it's a little while before we get the full extent of what he wants to do, you're right. The Catholic Church have been guarding the secret for millennia, but because look, humanity isn't ready for it. But now he thinks science can prove what it is to announce it to humanity, and that's what he wants to do. I
nah.
still don't know what the fuck it is, right enough. But so
But anyway, with Mad Brian the Tash, he's sitting playing solitaire, I take it as, not I mean. Back in the day before it was on your wee computer there, needed this spider solitaire pish, you had to get the cards out.
we gave him a solitaire and a telly full of ants. It's fucking
Aye.
smashing.
But that's it as well. Isn't it? There's something in the news saying there's this supernova in the edge of space has exploded and it's sending energy this way. Know what I mean? And you're like, oh, what's that about there? Know what I mean? But it doesn't. It just cuts again to the next scene, isn't it? And it's the professor and the priest. PP, I call them.
Ian P back again. Aye,
PP
so
tops.
priest just explains to Bisick, look, he explains who the old guy was at the start. He was the guardian priest of the secret of the fucking goo, man, as I call it. And Don and Professor go behind the door down to the cellar, don't they? Which is this place, if you're watching YouTube, my background. Now, just but it doesn't show you in the film, but it took 3 weeks for a wee guy to light all the candles on the way down to this.
Aye. But that was it. It turns out that there was this secret organisation that the Catholic Church had no record in all that. They were allowed to operate in secret, and they were called the Brotherhood of Sleep, which I laughed at to begin with, but it's later divulged why they were called that. But
And that's quite clever. I like that when we get to that. I like
aye.
that. I like that bit, yeah. So, this is where Donald Pleasance's voice starts to gradually get down a wee bit. And so wee bit like that. What is it? Wee Popeye, aye. And he says, a secret that can no longer be kept.
That's it.
Oh.
But it's like, you step into this big hall, didn't you? And like you say, there's this big container with swirling green liquid in it. But see the way the music kicks in here and all that, like the choir voices and all that stuff with all the crosses and stuff. It's quite
Aye.
aye.
There's a wee hi-hat in there. Somebody comes in, starts tapping the hi-hat and the drum kit and that. Aye. Noticed that. So, Walter, who was also in Big Trouble in Little China, he meets Kath, who's red, mullet, talks about relativity and all that shit. It's a bit of dead space that goes right out of your head. It's just to prove that they're they're all academic, they're all in the world of science, and they're all taught about relativity and
Aye,
atoms and pish like that, aren't they?
aye, that's it.
And
It's
Brian
just
meets Catherine, pure rapery.
aye, aye, that's it. It turns out that class is cancelled, isn't it? And they're all required for something the other weekend. And wee Walter, he's not happy. He'd serious plans for the weekend, that boy.
He's ready to lose it, isn't he, man?
Aye. Aye. He was driving about with Kurt Russell at the weekend.
He was in an alley with low pan. Oh,
Aye.
brilliant.
Oh,
But
look at his
it's just
days.
left with Tash and Red, and she's like that. Oh, fucking hello. And he's like, aye, I'm actually glad I've got to meet you.
Aye. See when he goes
You
like
alright?
that, my name's Brian. And she goes like that, oh, it's just say Carol or something. And he goes, I know. No, nowadays that's a red flag. Like, what do you mean you know, you creepy bastard?
That is. That's before your TikTok, Matt, you know what I mean? She never made a
Aye.
real, hi, my name's Catherine. I know, darling. Are you Baron? Didn't you wear a Johnny? You Baron? You look in your mid-30s there.
Jesus Christ,
You're no still rearing the wains, are you? They've left house, have they? But she's all become by it. She loves the strokey his moustache there.
man. Fucking hell, man. But we're back at St. Godard's Church, aren't we? With Victor Long, the professor. And when he gets out at his church, see when he looks down the street and there's just this homeless woman just sitting bowing to somebody, I know what I mean?
Aye.
It's because again, I know there's all sorts of stuff like terrorists. Because see, apparently in New York, LA, sorry, people were terrified of homeless people because they were everywhere. I know what I mean? It's just like,
Davy, aye. I'm telling you, everywhere I look, homeless person. They're up to something, they bastards. I don't like it. I don't like it. Pushing about trolleys full of cans and the like. I'm not into
uh,
that.
but as he zooms into this woman's face, in it, and it turns out she's covered in ants, which
Aye.
again is later divulged. Know what I mean? But you don't think anything. You just think, there's all day saying you're getting to the bootlacker there.
Aye. Especially if you're not privy to the fact that, oh, that's one of Beelzebub's favourite little beasties, that. That's a sure sign. That's a sign, that.
Drinking one another
So,
sick.
aye. So Professor Bishop tells the class, the class of these fucking guys in midlife crisis, tells the class that they're moving to the chapel. All right, thanks for coming. We're going to chapel. We're going to stay there. Bring beds. Bring
Aye,
provisions.
that's it. And it's going to, you could all end up with a diploma out of this, know what I mean? So they're all for it, sort of thing. But it turns out that again, it's Donald Pleasance, the priest, talking with the professor, and he's like, we need science to prove that what the devil actually exists, that this great evil actually exists. Know what I mean?
You know,
And you're,
animated about it, aren't you?
aye, it's
Next thing you know, the Tash has pumped the mullet after saying, after giving you another wee nod to the fact that there's something no right because I had to wear a jacket. It's cold in California. It's not cold in California. That's not right, that.
that's
End
what I've just
scene.
wrote. I've just wrote down. Tash beds red.
Do you know that sounds like a good children's book, that? Hello, children.
Oh,
Once upon a time, with Tash Beds Red.
uh,
By I.P. Freely.
but the bold Tash, he's the man, isn't he? He's out on his porch, isn't he? And he looks up at the sky, and again, you see this sun with a crescent moon. Aye, because that's how you go. You know what I mean? Look at me.
Look at my chest, moonlight, and my toes. He's took the time to put a tap on, but no button it and a pair of denims on. But there you go. Again, mate. He's looking at the sky. That's no right. That he's got a crescent
Aye,
moon above the sun that's still there, and it's all mental.
aye,
But all the street folk start staring at the sky and all, didn't they? They're all fucking looking at it as well, man.
aye.
And then we see Alice Cooper for the first time.
the bulging. And again, here's another bit. He is only in this film because one of his pals was the producer on it. So he wanted to go down to see like special effects and stuff getting done. And John Carpenter asked him, "Do you want to be? Do you want to be the head homeless guy there?" And that was it. Says you need to act like soulless and brainless. That's what you need to do.
So you want me to be like Alice Cooper? You want me to be my alter ego? Aye, except with the black stuff in my eyes. But he was also credited with having done the music for the film, which is a lot of shite because you hear one tiny wee section in Alice Cooper's song playing in the background for 7 seconds somewhere. And that's
Aye,
it. But he's whiter than bloody rice, isn't he, man? He's
aye,
no right
aye.
now.
He's quite menacing, isn't he? He's menacing looking because it's like obviously the students and that are all arriving at this church, and when the students are all getting out the motor and all that, they see this group of homeless people across the street, and he's just standing at the front. Know what I mean? Just they're all just eyeballing these poor bastards going into this church. Know what I mean?
I
Like it
know.
wasn't bad enough.
They've arrived with 3 wagons full, man. I think they arrived with you too, ready to do a gig or something. Fucking stuff they brought into this church. But then we meet Dr. Leahy, who arrives and he's got a lot of other people which are obviously under his studentship for
Aye,
different other factions like physicists and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
aye.
So they've all met up
Quantum
for the first
mechanics
time.
and all this stuff. Know what I mean? It's just because they need like specialists for all this stuff to test all
Aye,
this
because
stuff. Know what I mean?
we've named multiverse yet, remember?
Aye, it's sort of valves and that, you know. But
So the wee bag lady, she goes up and cuddles Mad Donald, didn't she? She's a big cup full of maggots and all that.
aye, aye. Because that's the whole thing, isn't it? It's well, see, saying that is like the homeless starts around in the church as well, didn't they? Because the students are all looking at it and they're just going, "Look at these creepy bastards! What's this all about? Have we not them out the house?" But there's also a student there as well, isn't she? And she used to translate this ancient book that what I also thought was good as well because it's like they said it had been rewritten in different languages their time and all that. So this book has always been there, sort of thing. I was like, oh, that's a bit creepy. That I like that.
Aye, it's been there for centuries, but the paper's immaculate. But you're right, mate, it's been written over and he goes, some cases 5 times I've noticed. Have you, mate? Aye. I thought you were a priest.
But
So,
that's what it says in this book, doesn't it? That Jesus was an angel sent by God. Know what I mean? And you're like, oh, but like this is what you were talking about. Donald shows up. Know what I mean? And then this homeless woman appears out of nowhere and starts talking in like a mad creepy like voice. Know what I mean? it's, it's nice that you're opening the church, father, and all that stuff. But like it says, maggots in a cup and all that. It's no. I'll
it's
be
no
that
great.
bootlacker.
Aye. So he walks in. Before we know it, he's gathered everybody down the stair at the goo, hasn't he, man? To have a big powwow with him all. There's worms out
It's
the window and all that shit.
stuff's obviously no right, know what I mean? But like he says, they take them down there to show them what they're all here for and tell them what the script is. Hey, see what I did there? What's the script? What's the script?
Oh, it said the thing. It
Probably
said
a
the
summer.
thing. Not like a bit of public
Oh.
advertising there.
But the students
So,
are smart people believe and doubt, aren't they? Like everything.
they still don't really know why they're there. They've been told they've been like summoned to this place and get told to work. Just work. No bother. I don't want one. What's happening here? Lisa knows what she's doing. She's deciphering the text, like deciphering wee bits at a time, saying Prince, and then the Prince of Darkness comes up. You're like, hey, hey, she said the thing
Aye.
via a computer.
Well, see
And
also in it, but there's like numbers in this book as well, isn't it? And that's what Red's there for. She's
mhm.
writing these numbers down for this ancient book as well.
Mhm.
That's got name, I can't remember the word for it. Like equations and all this stuff that humanity didn't invent until like millenniums later. Know what I mean? You're like, oh dear.
So Mad Blondie, she's freaking out about the tramps outside and look at them, they're just standing there. And she's bumped into a piece of equipment near the goo and she's developed a wee bruise in her arm, hasn't she?
Aye. You don't know the reason for that yet, but it's you're like that. Oh, she must have gave herself a sewing there.
Well, next we've got this wee group of guys and it's one's called Frank, one's called Etch. He's got the glasses and they're with Dr. Leahy. But Etch decides he's leaving. If he's no staying the weekend, didn't he know? He's like, right, I'm going to go. I've done my bit here. I'm off ski.
He's got other commitments. You know what I mean? All the while that you're finding out that the big container can only be opened for the inside and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Walter's watching Tom and Jerry. that that one with the big bulldogs, the devil, and all that. Smashing that took me right back.
Yeah, no, mate. We've all seen it. That laugh. Get back that pot, you wee shite. So we see Etch leaving the building, and it's dark by this time, isn't it?
Aye.
And he's made his way to the back stairs down the alley.
Yep.
And he sees wee Alice.
He notices this pigeon that's been crucified. Know what I mean? But he's on his headphones. He's actually listening to Alice Cooper. Know what I mean? That's the one bit of Alice Cooper I think you hear into it.
Aye, that's it, mate.
Like he says, he's doing this alley, and Alice Cooper appears out of the shadows and picks up one of these bikes that are Houghton 2 that just get left over LA, you know what I mean?
Oh, aye, a half a bike picks up.
But obviously, he goes to turn around to get back up the stairs, and there's this group of homeless people coming towards him, and he's trapped. But the next thing, Alice is right there and just impales him on this bike, which was a part of Alice Cooper's stage act. And that's where the idea came from.
And also, there was a reference to made in this and to Step Brothers, which I never knew about at the time when we covered Step Brothers, but reading up to it, it was years later the Step Brothers when I just saw my son use a bicycle as a weapon. So Brian, the Tash, he's worried, and he says there's a life form growing in this green goo. Fucking that there.
Aye, saying it's becoming something. Know what I mean? It's gone against everything that they know about as human beings, all science and all this. That it's going through a liquid and it's now becoming some sort of form. Know what I mean? But the wee professor's like, will you wrap your pish?
No, it kind of doesn't it? He goes like, keep it yourself now. Don't tell anybody. So until it's like beyond all shadow of a doubt. But obviously the Tash can't hold his wish and seeks out the mullet as we get to. But we just see the tap of the goo up there. It started to leak a wee bit and it's dripping up the way. It's defying gravity.
That's it, because they've also carbon dated this thing. See the lid? And it actually turns out it's 7 million years old, which was way before man and all this stuff.
It'll take a wee day here and there, no? We can't be accurate on these figures, people. Please don't quote us on it. So roughly 7 million. We'll say approximately 7 million years.
But it turns out, when they've been translating this book, that Satan used to walk the earth and all that long before man walked the earth. He used to rule the planet and stuff.
7 million years, mate. It's a long time. We've only been here thousands, you know what I mean?
Aye. But it's like, turns out that before he was cast out by humanity, he buried his son in this container. Know what I mean? And this is why this container has been buried all these many moons ago. And it turns out that Jesus was like an extraterrestrial that came to Earth to warn humanity and stuff. So what it turns out is the whole thing was they had to keep this thing secret so man could invent technology to defeat Satan at a later date. know what I mean? But the Catholic Church, instead of going like that, this thing's a fucking alien, went down the spiritual route yet, know what I mean? And said, no, he's a bad man if you do bad things, know what I mean? And that's where Donald gets feels like his church sold ourselves out and all that, know what I mean? Made ourselves like con men. So
Aye. He's sick of the Catholic Church. He's ready for Joy Norm's Walk and everything, man. He's fucking done with the bastards. So the next thing we know, Specs is down there investigating the goo, isn't she?
she's
She's
down there having a ganter.
she's down there having a wee look about. And one of the tables with equipment moves by itself and she goes, oh, and then she notices the goo up in the ceiling, didn't she? And then it fucking projectiles itself right in her mouth.
See, and again, I didn't know this, but they'll have like instead of it just being like possession and all this stuff, see like that shit squatting into her mouth and like how she infects other people, it's like kissing and saliva and all this shit. Apparently, this is around about the time of the AIDS pandemic. So that was incorporated into people's fear at the time. Know what I mean? Whereas it's a bit kind of. I mean, I
Whereas
could
you
have
can't.
dispossessed that lassie.
Whereas the chances of getting AIDS via mouth-to-mouth salival contact are 1 in a billion. But people didn't know that then, you know what I mean? Didn't want to share cups and all that shit. I remember it well. Not that I hung about in the homosexual community, which was deemed the cause, which obviously wasn't, but they didn't help matters. I mean, just getting down a tangent here. I came from Africa. There you are. So they discover. Shut up, Craig. They discovered that the church kept like Geo a secret until Size should vanquish it, as you said, mate. And then Brian tells everybody, I've just seen a sudden burst of energy coming from downstairs on his wee tachograph meter, isn't he?
Aye, that's it. He starts telling people, there's a big seismic burst of energy coming out of this thing. And like I says, you could do it cuts back to down the stair and Specs, as you're taking to corner, she's now possessed one of the wee minions, isn't she? Know what I mean?
Oh, she's a zombie, man, aye.
But it turns out that this container has got some form of kinesis power that it can move objects and stuff and start to manipulate its outside environment, know what I mean?
Some sort of what power? Could you say that again?
Kinesis! Kinesis!
Who's made that word up?
Kinesis! Oh, who would you say it was?
Telekinesis. Telekinesis.
No, no telekinesis. That's for telephones there.
No, so we got a quick wee scene where wee Walter sees Specs on the end of the corridor. He tries to talk to her and all that. Doesn't get any answer. Next thing we know, Hitchcock for the 9-9 comes in. 9-9! And he says, have you seen Specs? Aye, she's out there. Ignorant bastard. And he's out to look for her, she's no there. So he goes away looking for Specs, doesn't he?
Aye. He goes down there. But all the meanwhile, Brian the Tash has said to Red, listen, that hang down the stairs got powers and all that. It's manipulating its environment and stuff. All the while, the bald man for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he's down there like that. Oh, here, listen. But she bolts away from him, know what I mean? I know it's like stuff like this has to happen, right? But see, in like horror films, like, see if I was that guy and you're talking to that lassie and you go, oh, listen, I've got something to tell you, and she bolts away from you. I'd fuck you then. The way back up the stair. Know what I mean?
Never happened in Glasgow, mate, wasn't it? You're right. Like, you cheeky bastard. The first thing you do is go and tell somebody about her. See that ignorant cow? I'm telling you, I'm not talking to her again. But no, he runs after her like a pure champ.
Aye.
Goes down the stair and just walks up to her and gets his neck snapped, doesn't he? Basically.
Aye. It's distracted with some sort of machine that detects power or whatever it is, and it starts bleeping away. She sneaks up behind him and she breaks his neck, which is because he is a big guy, know what I mean? And she's a wee tiny woman, so she's got the power. Give it a power.
She's got the inner beast within her. But I sent my missus a screenshot of Hitchcock last night because we love a 9-9. One of our go-tos. Helped put the boys down to sleep, believe it or not. I sent her a picture of him last night and I'm like, who's that? She couldn't get it. And I waited till this morning. She's like, right, who was it? I was like, Hitchcock. She's like, no way. I was like, aye, that's the one other thing he done before Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Aye. But it shows you, I don't know if this was in your version, but it shows you like a wee sit down by the priest and the professor. And the
With
professor's,
the mirrors.
aye, he's kind of making
Aye.
out that perhaps that Satan is in like another mirror universe that mirrors this, and it's all dark and stuff. And when this one is light, and he's the bringer of darkness and stuff. But it's that the wee priest gets
That's when
all
that's,
up with, aye, he
that's when they
gets pure
suddenly
raging
get
about it.
cold.
Aye, he's like, I used when I've been able to prove this years ago without our technology, and he gets all raging, but he was our prisoner. And then, like he says, they go, did it suddenly get cold in here? Like something passed through the room. You know what I mean?
Aye. They don't let you as the audience figure it out. They just need to tell you what what you should be thinking it is. Know what I mean? It's suddenly got cold in here. like like someone passing through. I was waiting a full blown conversation happening. Yes, that's exactly what it was like. It was like a cold person, wasn't it? Yes, it was like the freezer section in the Asda. Yes, of course I know him. He's me.
But
Oh, shut up, Craig.
it
So,
cuts to,
next
aye,
thing you know, Frank, this is caca. This is caca.
aye, he's a disbeliever, isn't he? He doesn't believe in it, and he's out there arguing with his two mates. But they go back into the church, and he just stands outside. He must have been oblivious to the homeless people out there earlier on. Know what I mean?
Aye.
But
Or 12,000 of them.
aye, but he's standing there, and the next thing, I'm sure her name's Susan. Susan the possessed comes out, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And he looks about, and the street is all lined with the homeless people in it, and it kind of turns into Precinct 13 for a bit.
It does. And then you just see this close up at a half pair of scissors. So we've got a pattern here. We've got half a bike and half pair of scissors coming at him, which he's oblivious to in the dark. Next thing you know, he's just getting plugged into the neck and all that with his half pair of scissors.
He's getting stabbed to death with some homeless woman, and because I know like at the bottom of his feet there was all sorts of these insects that
Aye,
appeared
that's right.
from anywhere I know as well.
Beetles.
Aye, but like you says, he's getting stabbed royally by this homeless woman. Know what I mean? But 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 it goes back to the translator, doesn't it? And she's reading this book, and it says like something like, "Don't be fooled. One will be marked," and all this thing. You see this symbol on the book, and you're like, oh. But
Walter is the first one to have a dream into.
Aye, he's having this wee dream in it. It's weird. It's like a recording into it, but it's like a recording outside the church, and you're hearing somebody talking, but it's all muffled and all that into it. It's like,
Well, good thing was for me, because I probably wouldn't have even heard it if I had my earphones in last night listening to it and I could hear. Because the sound in it seemed to be the afterthought, because it was like, and it looked like an old camcorder footage outside the church, and there's a black figure in the door backlit, so you can't see who it is. But in the voice, it's saying, "This is not a dream. This is not a dream. We are contacting you from the year 199." And it stops there. Walter wakes up.
aye, but it's like, aye, like you say, it's like a message into it. I'm sure it says 1999, and that's why
It's at
that
the
was.
end.
Aye,
It eventually
that
gets
was
to
why I
1998
picked
at the end.
that Prince song. Know what I mean? It was tailor made for it.
It was. Because I was waiting for it to be 1999 when it eventually said it. I was like, that's why I picked it. I knew the big man. So
Aye,
Lisa's,
aye,
she's
she gets
dead beat,
tired,
that
doesn't she?
lassie.
Aye,
Oh,
she
she's
gets
dead beat.
tired. Aye, and she's, ugh, I'm away for a lie down.
I know.
I
Her
mean,
hair's immaculate, I know.
aye. Oh, aye. But I've just seen what I wrote down here. Susan the possessed. She's hiding behind the door. Just
Hello, thanks for coming in
eh.
today. Interview for this job. What's your names? Possessed. Susan, the possessed. Take a seat, Susan. Thanks for coming in. That's a demon resume you've brought in me there.
Susan, you're a creepy bastard.
Aye, she's an arsehole. Aye, arsehole. Aye, but Specs is in there waiting. Susan the possessed. And then the next time we've got Bissick, he has the same dream as Walter, didn't he?
Aye, aye. And that's what the wee priest says, doesn't he? And this is when we find out that the name of the Brotherhood were named such because well, they were in close vicinity of this container. They all shared the same dream, which was
Yes.
good. It was good effort.
Which at this point in the film were still being believed to be a dream.
Yeah.
We'll tell you more about that later. So it divulges that dream shit. That's what I've wrote down. Divulges the dream shit. And then Specs straddles Lisa. And maybe for a higher budget, you've got a wee bit of girl on girl action here. But you don't.
Say
Specs,
that.
who's Susan the Possessed,
This is a bit
pinches Lisa.
X-rated, mate, because she spits on her mouth. Like,
Oh, aye. She just volleys a bevy of liquid right into her gullet.
aye, that's her. It's so COVID, it's unreal. But that's why they invented face masks. But while this is going on as well, isn't it? Red is talking to Kelly, I think her name is, and she's talking about how these equations are coming for this ancient book are far beyond her now. Like, they've no came across this sort of stuff yet, this mathematics. Know what I mean?
Is this Blondie she's talking to?
Aye. I'm sure that's her name, Kelly, innit?
I don't know. I just call her Blondie, the most tired lassie on the planet. Yeah, I just gotta lie down. She goes for half an hour to 45 minutes to 15 minutes to 10 minutes, but she's shattered the lassie. She's wants to go for a lie down. We quickly cut back down the stair, and Hitchcock's dead body's lying there, and the goo is dripping into his mouth. Like, oh, this is Terminator 3 shit, this. He's getting the nanodes in his mouth, like, that's coming back.
Aye. But, like you says, Kelly goes to her sleep and all that, didn't she? And
Her
one of the
bruises get
students-
bigger, innit?
Aye, because the thing me, Red
Looks
notices
like a
her
brand.
bruise. Aye. And away to her bed she goes, know what I mean? But then there's I can't remember the big black guy's name.
It is
Is that Harold or
Calder.
something? Maybe?
Calder.
Holder.
He's a creepy bastard.
Aye, see that's just he used to scare my brother Div. He's like,
He's Candyman creepy, that bastard.
aye, definitely. But he's in talking to the translator, didn't he? But she's in a trance, just typing away. You know what I mean? And he kind of notices it. What's the matter with you, you creepy bastard? You're acting like Susan.
Lisa, we all use.
Lisa the possessed, is it? But
We've got fucking Susan running away for Hitchcock, ignorant cow. We've got you not even talking to me, not even looking at me, right in front of me, ignorant bastard.
But
Specs just ends up attacking Calder and spewing in his mouth, didn't she?
Aye. But you see the Lisa lassie, she's typing away. I live repeatedly, know what I mean? And it's like, oh, what's going on here? And then it's just whoever this evil spirit is now talking through Lisa into it, and it says, you will not be saved by the Holy Ghost. You will not be saved by the god Plutonium. In fact, you will not be saved in it. Know what I mean? And it's just, oh, dearie me.
So then his team, in fact, it's Lisa and Specs that attack him in it.
Aye.
Start stabbing at his neck and spewing in his boots and all that, which is quite funny. Next thing we know, we've got a team meeting.
I'm just not there. Possessed rather kinkily.
And if they're going to be possessed people, make sure it's a wee kink in there because it's a wee bit
Aye.
easier on the palate.
A wee bit of sensual there. Aye. But when it cuts back to the priest, isn't it? And he's in the room with all the rest of these students. And he just says to them, how many of you have all had this dream where you're outside this church? And that's when they're all like, oh, here, how does he know that? Is this Peter Powers
Aye,
here? Know what I mean?
aye.
And that's when it all starts
This
to
night,
kind of link together.
man, the wrong set. Here's this night on Elm Street. He's telling them it's no a dream. It's a message for the future.
Aye.
And when he says that, you instantly realise the way the dream's been portrayed to us, the audience, and you're like, ah, that's exactly what it's like. It's like a wee message. It's like a video, a recording.
Aye.
And he says that anybody that falls asleep in the vicinity of the goo will have this dream. And you're like, ah,
Yep.
cheers, Don.
Aye.
Smashing, mate.
And the Tash describes how stuff can be sent across space and time using tachyons. Know what I mean? He turns into Tony
Oh,
Stark.
oh, the tachyon's there. That's brilliant, that.
but it's also it's showing you that something happens in the future. Know what I mean? And they need to try and stop it. Know what I mean? If they don't stop it now, this is what's going to happen in the year 999, whatever. And it's just because that
So
was
we've got
always
all the
creepy enough.
possessed
See
lasses.
that big shadowy figure coming out the church. I always
Aye,
thought that creepy as fucking on, man. Just like that.
aye. I think we eventually see who it is. It's even scarier, man. But we got a wee scene that the possessed lasses are moving the big vat of goo somewhere, aren't they?
Aye, meanwhile, this bass that you've noticed it is now going tonto into it. It starts going dun 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 dun. We
And
bit
Mad Frank suddenly appeared upright outside.
Aye, aye, because you start hearing him shouting out the window, up to the window, didn't you? And he just
Aye, shouting, hello, hello, but it sounds like he's gargling underwater, doesn't
aye,
it?
aye. And that's it. And all the students all go to the window, and you just see this. It's like a reanimated corpse, in it? He's like a zombie, and
Covered
he's
in
just
bugs and all that.
aye,
Stinking.
aye, and he's saying to them, "I've got a message for you, like pray for death and all this stuff." And it's just, I know at the time and all that, it must have been, oh, I don't even, even then, I don't know if it was, oh my God, that is shocking, but he falls apart like a mannequin. Like his head falls off, then his body falls off, and then his legs fall. It just crumples away like a mannequin. Know what I mean? But
Just turns into beasties, doesn't he?
aye, because I think it was supposed to be that see the insects. I think they were holding them together so he could tell them this message. Because see, after he'd been stabbed and all that, his horn was lying away from him and all this stuff. Know what I mean? So I don't know
So
if
it
he was
was.
being held up by the insects.
Excuse me. Aye, true, mate. But ends up the goo is in Blondie's room, and the
Aye,
tappet's unscrewing itself into it.
that's it. Aye, stuff's kicking into high gear, and then, like he says, the big man just goes full Candyman. He's coming up the stairs with a chair, singing "Amazing Grace" and all this, and it's just, it's like I says, it's my younger brother Div. He's like, see, he's a creepy bastard. He gives me the fear.
Aye. I thought it was Sidney Poitier at start. Very like him, so he was, but it's nobody I know. But he plays a good part, that guy, because
Aye,
he's just no rare. It's as if he's still half fighting himself, because he's singing, he's carrying this chair, but then he ends up just snapping a big bit of wood off the chair, doesn't he?
aye, and just sticks it into his neck and just does himself in. Know what I mean? But it's what I was laughing at the other night, the day, in fact, again when I was watching it, is see when he's doing this to himself, there's people that are holding him back, like, don't go near him. What are you doing?
Aye.
Know what I mean? Guys committing suicide in front of you. What are you doing?
So it's
But
then that the ones that aren't turned decide, I want out of here.
aye,
But this time they've gave the furniture piling champions 1987, the chance to pile up furniture outside every door.
Aye, the homeless have blocked all the exits off to keep them trapped in here. And Walter goes into the room where Kelly's sleeping into, and he tries to turn on the light and all this. Like the music's going up and down, left and right, you know what I mean? Just everywhere. And he's obviously this big container's now in the room, and he's following the liquid and it's running across the ceiling. And he just you're not seeing anything, you're just following it with his torchlight, you know what I mean? To the point you see it coming down and it's shooting into Kelly's mouth and her eyes, you know what I mean? You're like that.
Aye. It's pouring in, not a drop spilled, let me tell you. And that's quite good. So he finds that and he shites it when he sees Specs or all, man. So she's there and all, hello!
She
They
gets up
don't
behind
move,
him.
man. It's just his torch. So then Leahy, who's the other professor, which he doesn't get a lot of airtime, he gets spewed in the mouth.
Aye.
And the survivors at this point, they realise they're trapped and they all get separated. They all hold themselves in different rooms,
Aye.
including the priest. He goes into a
Aye.
room and all and hides in a wee corner and that.
Aye, because I think it's Susan or Lisa or something that steps into the corridor and he knows it's like the evil spirit, know what I mean? So he just ducks into some sort of boiler room, locks himself away, but well,
That's
man,
Calder comes in and starts greeting at a mirror for about
aye.
12 hours.
Aye, because he's tanned his throat, but he's now up again walking about, isn't he? And the man that was down the stair that got his neck broke, he's now walking about. Hitchcock's walking about with a broken neck, you know what I mean? So everything's just gone topsy-turvy.
Walter shines his torch on Blondie. She's looking a wee bit pregnant there. She's obviously got the goo belly, and her skin's starting to look like she's been in the bath for too long. And the tramps are all still outside this chapel, man. There's even more of them this time. And Walter tries to make a joke at it when he sees her. Normally I love being dominated by women. Yo, mate.
Aye. But the other students, they're Tash and Red and the Professor, they're locked in a kitchen, and they've barricaded themselves in. And they hear Walter through the wall, don't they? And the plan is to burrow through there to get him out. But all the while, Tash, we're going to try an experiment here. I'm going to see if I can escape. Jumps down, and then obviously the homeless people come to get me and all this, and it's, I don't know, maybe just a wee bit of anxiety for the audience or whatever, but it was kind of pointless, wasn't it? Just
That's a bit I remember. That alley. The mud just coming from either side and they can't get back into the wind and you're like, he slipped there. And he gets back in the bother. But like you say, right, they're trapped in a room through the wall from Walter. They can hear him through what we find out is double brick, by the way. And they find a chair leg with a bit of metal and start going through. Hey, I think we can get to you. How long will it take? A couple hours. So fuck, they're going at this thing for night to morning, back to night again.
I think it takes like a whole day, doesn't it? Because it doesn't really. Another thing I noticed with this and all, it's nearly like semblance of time. You know what I mean? Because see, when
The
obviously
sky being fucked up's got probably a lot to do with it, hasn't it?
maybe because assuming that obviously that guy says pray for death and all that, it's nighttime, it's pitch black. Yet when they're in that room, it's daylight again. You know what I mean? It's just, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's just the
we
sky's getting messed about me.
Do you want to tell Walter's joke?
So Walter is trapped in this wee closet, right? And he's obviously he plays an Elvis guy quite good, doesn't he? But he starts saying, "What is it? A mother says to her daughter,
Jewish mother.
a Jewish mother. It's no good nowadays. Know what I mean? It'd be shot down in flames, but." Jewish mother sends her daughter to get married or something, and she comes back off the plane with an 8-foot Zulu warrior with a bone through his nose. And she says, "You fool! I said a rich doctor." Know what I mean? It's just so
Oh,
shite, but I don't know. Why is he telling it to two fucking demons?
what the- I don't
Oh,
know. All the while, they're still digging through this wall. They're shite at it, by the way. They're fucking
aye.
terrible at digging through
Aye.
the
All
wall.
the
And
while.
Mad
Aye.
Blondie looks at
Kelly.
him, didn't she?
Aye. See, this is what fucking terrified me. Right. See, when I remember it that night, and I wouldn't even come up the hall after it. Know what I mean?
Yeah, do you
But
mean that?
yeah. Tell you, mate, I was shake myself, mate. Like, oh, sat in the living room all night with the fucking light on. Like, oh,
Mm. There was no leg dangling near the bed that night, let me tell you.
there was a shite dangling out of my ass, but
Oh, Jesus.
but like you says, Kelly's transforming all the time. Know what I mean? And he's keeping them updated. But see again what wee Walter says. He goes like, "Tell us if there's like anything new happening and all that." And he just, "I have to go to the bathroom." That's just.
No,
But
you would have done it. You know what I mean? So we get to what appears, as we've been saying there, that appears to be night time. There's still no through this wall. The hole's still just as big, man. And then Kath, she suddenly realises the bruise on Blondie's arm was the mark that was in the book. Oh, so she's been marked. She's the one.
that's it.
Goo's gonna be her.
Aye, that's it. Because the professor's like that. He needs a host to be able to use all his powers. You know what I mean? To open up portals and all that. He obviously can't do it through his wee minions. And
Aye.
like you says, wee Walter's in this cupboard. It's like a confession like box windy sort of thing. And he's shining his torch on her. And she looks like, I don't know, honey roast ham. Know what I mean? She's just in bits.
Aye.
But see that? Because you're shining the torch on and it's just a pure dark room. But her eyes just opened into it. And she just turns to face Walter and just gives out like a mad chuckle. Know what I mean? See that, mate?
That's not right, that.
I didn't see that. No, mate, it made me shake myself that night. I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
To Priest Pleasance in his wee hidey hole. He's having a rare to himself. He's halfway through the Bible. He's been reading that non-stop for the last we
Aye,
saw him.
aye,
And Calder is still like, he's psychotic giggling has turned into psychotic greeting into this mirror. So
aye,
he's mesmerised by the mirror. So he's no the demon, but he's a vessel for the demon. So the demon's obviously shite. I know what these mirrors mean to me, by the way.
aye. I all the while like the priest he's reading the Bible asking help for Jesus and God and all that stuff into. But
Aye.
but
I've just wrote here. Next thing you know, Blondie's up and about, laughing and shifting gear a bit.
aye. Aye, she's quite menacing looking, know what I mean? Her flesh, she looks like a burn victim, right? But she's playing about with Walter, know what I mean? She's like moving stuff, getting him para, does something to his torch and all this, know what I mean? And he starts panicking, know what I mean? But
Aye.
she
She
gets
kind of
up,
half caves in his door when he nod her head, and
aye,
then sends the other two out to try and break into it. Walter goes bananas, which is quite good, isn't it?
aye. He's definitely a guy terrified, isn't he? Because he gets through
Aye.
that wall in no time. But this part was kind of stupid. Well, it is stupid. But
That's it.
Kelly sees this makeup box, right? And she sees this wee mirror on it. So the next time she goes, oh, I can get my dad out through there. And she sticks two wee fingers in. Just like,
Oh,
oh, I mean, I'm like, come on, man. But she gets frustrated and throws the mirror down and it cracks and all this. But whilst she's doing that, Brian and the professor and the other student, they're going out to save Walter, aren't they? They've had enough. They're making their final stand.
it's quite apt. It's at this point that Walter decides to start digging for his sides.
Aye.
Oh, I'm getting a shift on now because I'm shite myself. So they're dragging him through. Lisa's running his ankles.
Aye.
And when she comes through and they start hitting her with the bricks there, the wee professor says, ah, it's doing me good, this. Oh, it's
Aye.
crying.
But it is. It goes into a big like crescendo, doesn't it? Because obviously Kelly is now practically the son of Satan,
Aye.
hears the big man at the other mirror, the massive mirror in the boiler room, and she's now making her way towards it. Whereas Brian and that they're out in the corridor setting about all these minions, know what I mean? With a big table leg.
Aye. Brian avoids the spew man and
Aye.
rattles Leahy's jaw, which is quite good.
Yep.
And then we're getting to the kind of end game side of things because Blondie's, as you say, in this room with a big mirror beside Calder, isn't she? And she's starting to put the horn through and all that.
Aye. Aye, she's opened up this mirror and it's opened a portal to this other dimension sort of thing. But the priest has got a bit more balls about him now, and he's fun an axe, and he jumps out and he chops her arm off. Know what I mean?
Homebreaker.
Aye. While Brian tackles Calder, doesn't he? And he's away wrestling with him in the corridor.
See, do you know what was fucking funny, man? See, Calder looks affronted that Brian's got the gall to come from behind him. He's like, why does that? Jeez. Brilliant.
But
the whole chopping off of the arm and the heat thing, that was smashing that.
aye, because she sprouts another arm out right away, didn't she? All the while, Donald Pleasance is swinging Stormbreaker about like you've just said, chops her head off, and she just like picks it up and puts it back on her body. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I hate Mondays.
Aye.
And he goes back to the room, and it's Red and Walter are still setting about Lisa and Susan. You know what I mean? Throwing them out of windows into alleys and all that stuff.
See, Calder and all gets the better of Brian, starts flinging him about like a fucking used chamois and laughing while he's doing it. That's brilliant. I like that.
Aye. Aye, because Red comes out of the room, didn't she? And she nearly gets grabbed and all this shit. And obviously, Calder's got the better of Brian, know what I mean? And again, Kelly just uses that telekinesis and crushes the priest with the big furnace, didn't he? So,
aye.
It's, again, it's getting into a big crescendo. And Kelly reaches into his mirror. No.
Ah!
Daddy!
Daddy
I
was
wasn't
sitting up there,
there.
mate.
Oh. It's getting to the point where she's pulling through this. It looks like a big cartoon horn, right? It's like a big devil red horn with big black fingernails. Know what I mean?
It's a hoof. Big hoof.
Aye.
Big
I
devil's
thought it was
hoof.
fingers. But anyway, she's pulling that through. So it leaves Red. What's her name? Susan, in it? That's the redhead.
Aye, mullet. Aye.
She's left with a decision because Brian is now in trouble. Is that the love of her life? Or does she go in and stop Kelly and save the world in it? So
Aye.
she decides to run in, push Kelly through this mirror into this other dimension. And that dirty bastard, Donald Pleasance, just says something like, "Number 2!
Spirit of Christ compels you. Flings the axe at the mirror. Smashes the mirror. Brian's reaction is fucking smashing. Pardon the pun. It's just that look, yeah, fucking bastard. And then all the possessed people, we have a wee shot of them, like the smoke released for their mouth, as if the evil's left them in it.
Aye, all the homeless people start this. But again, I love wee Walter. He just says, I'm going out this fucking windy and I'm running. Know what I mean?
Aye, he's no fucking about.
Oh,
good on him, I say.
But no sooner, the police are all there, the ambulances and that are all there, and the priest is getting carted away, isn't he?
He's getting a bit fucking delusions of grandeur about himself, isn't he? He starts off saying, "We stopped it," and then he says, "I stopped it." It's just, Brian's looked at him as if saying, "Oh, did you, cunto? Did you stop them, did you?" Aye.
That's what I mean. I think, see what he's kind of getting at there is, he thinks he stopped it through the power of God. You know what I mean? That God worked through him to stop it and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So again, it still leaves it kind of open-ended. Was it science? Was it faith and all this stuff? But the professor says to Brian, listen, mate, there's plenty of more fish in the sea.
Aye. Listen, mate, just come back. Come back to first period Monday. There's a couple of cracking 40-year-olds in coming into class and that. Fucking brilliant. Next thing we know, Brian's obviously back in his own house. He's all sad and all that. And he looks at the mirror. Why he would have a full-length fucking mirror in his bedroom, I shit you, I know not why, after all this.
But see,
But it's
before
a wee
this,
dream.
he has the dream, doesn't he? And he has the dream outside the church again, and it's the same video. You hear the voice. We've now got technology. We can beam this back to you for the future. We're broadcasting for the year 999, and you see this shadow, but this time it's no the big massive figure into it. No, it's it's red. It's the lady in red, and she's coming out. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, what's this about? But
Aye,
the
so
Bob
it
Bryan
kind of
wakes
leaves
up,
you with
doesn't
the. Aye. He wakes up beside fucking Blondie's Freddy Krueger face at first, doesn't
he?
he?
Aye. It's like the final jump scare, and you're like, oh fuck, shit. But
It kind of gives you you're like, all right, so was it red all along sending this message? Do you know what I mean? For
but
the future.
aye. But like you say, Brian gets up out his bed, doesn't he? And he goes to this full length mirror, and he just starts having a look at it and a wee stroke of the chin. You know what I mean? And he reaches for it. But see, before he makes contact with the mirror, the film just ends, doesn't it? And it just leaves it open to you. You're like, oh.
Ends with a big bass line. Dun 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 dun. And that was the Prince of Darkness.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I still enjoy it. So much so, I actually had to wait for it on fucking Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
Aye. Oh, you couldn't get it for. Look, I've actually got my dad's copy of DVD. That's how fucking scarce it was to get it.
Wow. Well, you're a true fan, mate. I'll give you that. I found that I've enjoyed it more talking about it with you than I did sitting and watched it last night. And I promise I'm going to watch it just for watching it. I say this all the time. When I first watch a film, sometimes if you do it right, you watch it and enjoy it, or don't enjoy it, and then you do the note taking, whereas I just fucking fire into the notes. So I'm a wee bit more critical because I was a bit more fucking in depth into it. But
Aye.
do you know what? 1987, £3 million.
Mate, it's the whole see everything behind it. That it's just see the law that they've set up with it, that Satan walked the earth before man, and then like Jesus was sent to warn humanity and all that stuff. And see the idea that because see if you talk to people, oh, do you believe in the devil? Oh, do you fuck? Know what I mean? But see if it's like, aye, well, what if he was an alien? Know what I mean? It's just see that. It's just something about that.
I mean, listen to the story, the backstory, the whole thing, the lore as you call it, or as it is, it's smashing. I do believe that if it was done again, there's a better, easier way of telling it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot going on, and it's kind of spread apart. And you need to have a good memory and a good knowledge of the film in the first place to link the dots in the eyes. Because you said a couple of things that I didn't, I missed. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, you're right enough, no that. I don't remember seeing the mark in the book. I don't remember that. The other thing about the numbers you said as well, I'm nodding my head, but I'm like, I don't remember the numbers thing. But you never know. Maybe just a copy I watched. I don't know. But it's going to get a better mark than I gave it last night. Put it that way. What'd you get, mate? Out of 10?
Well, I've got it as an 8 on my IMDb, so I'll stick with my 8 for it.
Hello, you're up there.
So I told you, mate, it's probably one of my favourites. See, because when I watched it, obviously you get that first initial scare. Know what I mean? So this happened to me. I might have been watching this when I was fucking 8 or 9 year old. Know what I mean? So it was like
that definitely helps. That the other ones that stick with you. You're right. By the way, I'm not slagging you for liking it because I, I happily want everybody to love everything that they watch. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work out that way. Uh, aye, being young and all that, nostalgia's got a right big thing. It was the same with me when I shouldn't have been watching the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre out of fun in the living room and watched myself or Nightmare on Elm Street. But Nightmare on Elm Street stuck to me. I liked that. But I will give this a 6 out of 10.
Ah,
Definitely worth a watch. That it is. But I can even say the new it might even go up after I watch it properly, knowing what I know, and it's not going to win anything for fucking acting or
no,
pacing. You know what I mean? That way. And as I say, I think the story's a bit stretched all over the fucking shop, and there's a lot of characters in it. You know what I mean?
aye.
There's the
There's a
main
big
pool, but
ensemble.
even the wider pool has a part to play in it, so you need to remember it and all that. And
Aye,
like
aye.
Mad Hitchcock.
Aye. Well, this is the thing, I know. That's it. So they're talking about that, how John Carpenter makes these films. They're like big ensemble like films, because that's what he done with the thing. There was so many characters in the thing. Know what I mean? But he makes he includes this as part of his Doom trilogy, his Apocalypse trilogy. So the thing, this, and in the
I
Mouth
love.
of Madness, I think it's
No,
called.
Mouth of Madness. Never seen it, and to my eternal damnation, I've still not finished the thing yet. I fell asleep because I downloaded it to watch for Seismic Cinema's pod,
Aye,
and then I tried to watch it and I fell asleep, which is terrible because I know apparently the last half is awesome,
aye.
but I'll get to it. Do
Oh,
you know what I mean?
that's in my top 10. That film, it's superb,
Aye.
man. Just
Seems to be a lot of people's top 10.
aye, it's just
There's a
see that
remake as well, isn't there?
aye. Well, there's like a prequel to this, because
Right.
know how you've seen it. It goes that something happened at a Swedish like, lab sort of thing, and then they chase the husky to Kurt Russell's camp and all this. Well, the like remake thing is like the Swedish camp and what happened there, how they discovered the spaceship and all that stuff under the ice. It's good. I'd watch that. I know it's good.
Well, maybe actually stick it on the night in while I'm doing my editing for this, which will be out tomorrow at 7 a.m. Right in time for me and Chris starting our shift, so we can listen to it on the first patrol.
Yeah, long after that.
Although Bodjaws here has to go to Hindland for the morning, so
Mm.
but I offered just to get it out the road. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's work. Nobody knows what we're talking about. That's quite smashing. Have you got a wee Glaswegianism for this? Because I've got a wee cracker.
Eh.
Mine's is the King's boy with a light off.
Oh, I don't know, man. Just you're a creepy bastard.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. I swear to God. I
Superb,
should
man.
have mouthed it as you said it. Oh, brilliant. And by
Oh,
the you
superb.
can't get any more Glaswegian than that.
Aye.
Wes Cravens, your creepy bastard. Bum 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 bum.
Oh,
Starring Alice
superb.
Cooper after making a loaf and forgetting to get the flour off his coupon. Ryan, the rapey moustache, and Mullet, the harlot. And what was J. Christen Specs?
Oh, Susan the possessed.
Oh, aye. So watch it. There's a glowing review and a glowing report. Even I get kind of swayed a wee bit in the plus side as we talked about it because it was enjoyable, man. I thought I was. I'm going to need to start writing down things before we do these reviews because I've got some cracking. Forget all about it, man. Just funny bits, anecdotes, and that. But I'll need to start
Aye.
doing it. Time's just not on my side this summer holiday.
Aye.
But
Well,
let's my turn
that's your,
next week, innit?
that's your turn next.
Oh, I will have a think, and I'll get back to you. I've not even got a list, mate. I've not even got a two or three to pick for.
Aye.
Whereas this time last week I had five that I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Aye.
But we'll see what kind of genre. See what kind of genre we'll go doing. But I enjoyed that tonight, mate. That was good.
Aye. Aye, everybody, cheers for listening. And if you want to share it in the likes there, tell your friends.
Aye, thank you everybody. As always, the main crew, the main watchers and listeners. Seismic, Chatsunami, Diabolical boys, getting better and better. Really are. Really enjoyed Empire Strikes Back. Listened to that yesterday, and our Craig has such a love for that movie. A really deep insight into it, I know, which is quite refreshing to hear. And wee Gavin doesn't like it that much. He's like, "Oh, no, it's just no for me, you know. I don't like that. I like the Doctor Who. Absolutely, I don't even know if I like Doctor Who, I'm just saying that. But it's great. It's good listen. They have some cracking.
Whoops.
Aye, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They have their own made up things about the film, what they would do differently, and it's quite funny.
Aye.
But words are just, I need to go and get a coffee or something. My head's mangled. Mate, thanks very much.
Yes.
Ladies and
Cheers,
gentlemen,
everybody,
thank
for
you.
listening. Bye.
Goodbye.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky.